The Sharks, they lost all 3 games this past week, including all 3 of us on Utah for the win of the week. That did not happen. So they lose versus Vegas at home on Tuesday. Then on Friday, they go to Utah. They take the L there 2-1, and then they lose at home against Minnesota on Saturday. That one was 3-1. So they're currently sitting in the 8th in the Pacific, and I believe they're in 15th in the West. I didn't actually update that, so I'll double check that. But they're near the bottom, that right where we want them to get another top end, high end draft pick. Upcoming this week, we have Tuesday they're at Detroit. Thursday they're at Columbus, who all of a sudden is a playoff caliber team. Saturday they're at the Islanders, and then Monday morning, 10 a.m. they're at Boston. I don't think anybody's going to pick that for win of the week, are they? No.
Well, I mean, you got Red Wings, you got the Islanders.
Yeah. So it's kind of tough. We're starting to see, we're about halfway through the season, and we're seeing everybody like with their like scores and their grades for the different players individually. The Sharks are 15th in the West. They are 2 points clear of Chicago. So that's where they're at. They're just 2 points above Chicago. It's kind of tough. You look at the team, they're not that good, obviously, but they are exciting. You know, they're not really getting blown out too often. Askarov looks like the real fucking deal. We expected Macklin Celebrini to be the real deal, and he's been all of that and more.
I'm gonna take
Will
Detroit.
Smith's kind of. You're going to take Detroit. I'm going to take the Islanders.
The reason why I'm taking Detroit, I almost took the Islanders. The only reason I'm taking Detroit is because Detroit played yesterday. Okay. So, I think. I mean,
there is a day between.
I know, and they won pretty big, but the Islanders play Thursday, and they get to go back.
The same
home.
gap. It's still a game off. So
I think the Detroit won big against Seattle, and that's kind of a big win. I think that they're going to be living off that high and not play so sharp.
Detroit has won 7 in a row. Just
I know. I saw that too.
So they're due, is what Tyler's saying.
Yeah, they're due for that L for a team that they unsuspect.
You know what, man? Winning 7 in a row, going 8 in a row. I don't know. That might have, because I was going to pick the Islanders, but now that may have swayed my vote, man. I don't know, like how many teams this season have gone 8-0, like on a win
in a row. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't think this team is doing 8 in a row. They're due for a loss. Book it. Sharks are beating the Red Wings.
Okay, fine. I got both of you down for the Detroit game. I'm still going to take the Islanders game because I got some work to do. I got to catch up. Again, I found myself in trail position here. So I gotta make a play on the ball right now. That's what's happening here. So I mean, just back to what I was saying, the Sharks overall, the team is like individual players are looking pretty good. Top marks basically is what, like the article on The Athletic, they're top marks for Macklin Celebrini and Yaro Askarov. You look at somebody like William Eklund has been like, he's really found it. This is only his second full season in the NHL, you know, even though it feels like he's been around for a lot longer. But he's also like 22 years old. I think he needs to score a little bit more, but like as far as like defensively, he's been pretty good. And I don't really have any complaints about William Eklund. Barclay Goodrow's been kind of crap, you know, like it's just not really been a thing. Granlund's been pretty damn good. I like what Kovalenko's done since he's gotten here. You know, has been pretty good. He's had a bunch of assists. But he's also only like, you know, he's really short too. So like he plays a little bit bigger than like under 6 feet, which is what he is. Like Will Smith has played pretty well, like after the rough start. I think he's played a lot better recently.
Well, I think him getting that line with Celebrini seems to have unlocked him. Who would have guessed?
I know, right? Who'd have thunk? Tyler Toffoli has been a little bit streaky with the goals, but he's 15 overall and he's leading the team, and he's filling the net, overall.
I think like 50% of those goals were assisted by Celebrini as well too. So
yeah,
who would have guessed?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 4 goals in his first 6 games and 6 in the first 11 for Toffoli. So like he really like early on put in a good work, and people are noticing.
Well, the first goal in the Sharks season this year was an assist from Celebrini to Toffoli. So
that's right. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, like overall, I think the offense has looked a lot better. But you look defensively, like guys like Mario Ferraro, it's been brutal. It's just not good at all. Liljegren's looked pretty good since he got brought over, but Ruda's looked bad. Vlasic has barely played at all. You can't really grade him on anything. He's played like 2 games this year. And then goaltending, obviously Yaro Askarov has been stellar and probably is locked down the position, I think, at this point. Vanacek has been very up and down. And then Georgiev is
when he's on the stat sheet to be our goalie, I'm like, oh, we're losing. If Georgie is the goalie against Detroit, Detroit's gonna move their streak 1 game further.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, that's really.
He has not looked good.
I said when we got him in the trade, I said he would be a great fit for the Barracudas.
You did.
I stand by that.
Yeah. So yeah, just overall, I think even though the team is going to continue to lose a lot of games, I think overall they're pointed in the right direction. I think we've been saying that all year, and the time to jump up on the bandwagon is this year, right? Like the team is going to put in a lot of good efforts in losses so they can still get like a lot better through the draft.
A friend came over.
Yeah.
A friend came. I did see the Rams. They fumble. The Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold fumbled. They Rams ran it back. It's 17
to 3 right now. Yeah.
17-3. So then Sam Darnold just got sacked again. I had a friend over yesterday, and I mentioned that we were going to the Sharks game on the 25th, and he was like, "Oh, I heard they suck." And so I hold on, bro. Let me tell you about what's going on in Sharks land. And he was just like, "Oh, I didn't know they had this like really." He's not like a big sports junkie, but then he heard that Celebrini and all this young talent, and in a couple years they could be really good, a really great franchise. So I told him all of that, and he's like, Can I go with you guys on the 25th? So sure. So he's buying tickets. We're adding to the band.
Yeah, man. I got fan members complaining about the Warriors and this and that. I'm like, dude, stop watching them. Start watching the Sharks. Like, at least be disappointed with at least be disappointed with anticipation of hope.
At least they're fun.
Fun.
Remember the old Oakland A's commercials with like Tejada, Chavez, the big 3?
Oh yeah, Generation A's. Yeah,
but they were like, they're young, but they could play.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that slogan that one year?
Yeah.
Like that to me is like a good analogy for the Sharks. Is like they got a bunch of young guys. They're really good. They're fun to watch. Like they're gonna lose a lot of games, but you're also gonna see a lot of like young, exciting players flash.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's just as they get older and better, putting a whole game together. That's when you'll start seeing the wins. But the flashes are incredible.